Hey, what's going on, my friend? Are you a small business owner that loves God, family, country, and capitalism, and you're unashamed of the fact that that's true? If so, you're in the right place. Welcome to the War Plan Briefing. My name is Josh. Today is the last of a series of special YouTube video editions where I'm taking pieces of a full training program I have called Recession Marketing, and I'm just throwing it in here for you to add value to you. I want to participate in the blessing in your life. And so if you make some money from this, I get to win anyway. So the video you're about to watch is called Headline Mastery, and it's a portion of the 29 training modules inside of Recession Marketing that teaches you how to write better headlines. Now, if you run a local business, I'm pretty sure the last thing you woke up thinking this morning was, man, I got to work on my headline writing, right? But here's the thing. It's these little nuanced differences that separate the big dogs from everybody else. It could be Facebook ads, your website, your landing page, brochures, even your business card. Understanding how to structure words in particular ways is a superpower. It takes some effort. It takes some creative thinking. It doesn't come naturally to a lot of kind of local service owners, to be honest, because maybe we're more technical minded. But what this does, it gives you a framework. It gives you ideas and shortcuts on how to write more effective headlines. Did you know that when you're running ads, whether it's direct mail or social media ads, that one change of a headline can 24x the response rate that you get from that advertising? It's a huge deal. It's totally overlooked by most people, doing less than $1 million for sure. I think when you're doing 3, 4, 5 million and your company's getting legs under it, you start to understand the power of this stuff. But then we have all these mom and pops that are struggling to get by that just don't even think about this stuff. So it's my job to help you think differently, and remember that marketing is everything and everything is marketing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's get started watching this video, and I'll see you at the end. Hey, welcome back. We're going to use all my secret vault of information to help you make a whole bunch of money. I hope you're ready. This will be a quicker one, but a really, really tactfully useful one for you. You can apply this. It's not really abstract. I'm going to give you an actual framework template of how to create good headlines. And keep in mind, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on my own education by hiring coaches and mentors and programs and processes and softwares and systems and educational resources and events. I've flown all over the world just to learn. I fly around the world and speak. I also fly around the world to learn. In fact, as of the recording of this, tomorrow I go to Florida for a week to go to a conference to learn all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to take massive notes, and then I'm going to implement them, because there's learning of something, learning about something, learning from someone, but then there's learning by doing. Learning by doing stuff is what the War Plan Insiders offer is for. It's implementation. Think about it like this. This whole free training that's given you all this stuff, and maybe you feel overwhelmed. That's okay if you do, because it's exposing you to all this new stuff that you know is insanely valuable. And what I'm selling is not all this stuff. I'm giving you stuff for free that's more valuable than anything you've probably bought in the past. But then what I'm selling is the implementation of it for your specific business, where you'll work with other people in the War Plan Insiders in small groups, right? And there'll be structure and cadence to it. There'll be open office hours where you can talk to me, every month, and we'll make sure this stuff actually gets put in place, because you know that if we audited your whole website and all of your email sequences, and we built a 12-month calendar that had all of your promotions and things ahead of time, if it was done, if everything that we've talked about already existed in your business, it's literally impossible that it doesn't produce a really big positive return for you. There's really only two reasons. I guess a better way to say it is there's two ways to know if you should sign up for War Plan Insiders while you can, before all this content is taken down in a couple weeks, okay? Here's how you know. I'll just level with you. The first way you know is if you think it's expensive. If you think the $5,000 price to implement all the stuff that we've been talking about, if you think that's a lot of money, that is irrefutable proof that you need to have this, that you have to find a way to buy this, because it's not a lot of money. But if it feels like a lot of money, that's the very reason you need to buy it, because you need to implement this stuff to get more money. The second way you can know if it's good for you is if your business is larger and established, okay? And logically, just take emotion off, just logic hat only, that these things implemented in the upgrades and improvements in all of your headlines and the messaging and the sales process and the perceived value and doing joint ventures and building a Dream 100 list and all the stuff we've been talking about here, understanding how to improve some of the copy, that once that's installed, it's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to your business in the long run, because it just would be. And that makes sense. Then you should sign up too. So anyway, that's my only sales pitch for that. But this is about how to make headlines. So here's some good shortcuts. Talk about facts, talk about benefits or benefits, other benefits, talk about statistics or stories. So it could be a story that's anecdotal to you. It could be a story that underlines a certain principle. It could also be a current event story. So you take current events and you bridge it to the thing that you're selling or talking about, or the step you want someone to take. Check this out. This is an interesting stat. A good headline can increase conversions 21x just by changing the headline. In fact, almost all the split tests you'll do on like web pages when you're selling stuff on the internet, all the stuff you can do, the headline is the biggest needle mover. That's like the core thing you figure out. And once you get a headline at the top and you can't beat the conversion on it, you've really extracted like 80% of everything you can do. Then you work on all the copy and all the subheadlines and the bullets and all this other stuff. But those are like icing on the cake. The headline is the most important, just like the subject line of an email is the most important. Because without the good headline, they don't consume your offer in the first place. So you could have the most beautiful copy ever and your headline can be funky and it won't work as good. Same thing's true with social media posts. If you have a good hook, if you have a good headline, something that's using all these different ideas and principles we're talking about, way more people will like click read more and like read your thing. You'll get more hearts, you'll get more shares, all that. Another good hack for headlines is to remove all meaningless words. I do this all the time. A lot of the stuff I post, it's not like I have a laboratory. I'll be sitting in my truck. It's dark. I do a lot of work in my truck at night because I'm an introvert. So like I'll be with the family. I'll go out. I'll sit out there. I'll type something up and then I'll continuously reword it over and over for like 10 or 15 minutes. Then I'll post it. And sometimes even after I do that, nobody cares. Doesn't work. But oftentimes that's why it works, because I'll remove the meaningless words. I'll restate the same thing, but simpler, because remember, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Okay. And then the length of a headline is not super important, but targeting 17 words max can be useful. I can't remember where I learned this, but I wrote this note to myself. This is a years old internal note to myself. That's what all of these trainings are. Okay. Anyway. So headlines, remember that people are interested in themselves. They're interested in news, current events, breaking news. Use curiosity and make it quick and easy. So here's some initial examples, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of really cool examples. How to collect from Social Security at any age. That's interesting. What could you do with that to massage and bend it to be something for your thing? Do you make these mistakes in English? That's interesting. So if I was selling a course on how to learn English as a second language, that's a great headline, but it's also exactly a great headline for anything if you massage it. So do you make these mistakes when hiring a contractor? Do you make these mistakes when hiring a cleaner? Do you make these mistakes when picking a realtor? Do you make these mistakes when choosing a coach? Do you make these mistakes when blah, blah, blah? It just works. Okay. All of these examples are pulled from multi-million-dollar winning ads that are proven, that I pulled from different sources and compiled them into this notes. The Lazy Man's Way to Riches. In the video before this, the mind control, secret sorcery stuff, the Dan Kennedy stuff, the deep, dark rabbit hole stuff, that was one of the examples in there, because people focus on greed and sloth. They don't want to have to do stuff. So how do you make your offer sound like the ultimate easy button? Maybe even the phrase, the ultimate easy button, is a headline, right? The ultimate easy button. Name one of your packages that, see what happens. Okay, here's some templates. They laughed when I blank, but when I blank. So I gave the example too from Dan. They laughed when I sat down at the piano, but when I started to play. So they laughed when I hired a contractor, but when they saw the results. Same kind of thing, right? Who else wants a blank without blank? Who else wants insert thing they want without insert thing they don't want? Who else wants a clean home without lifting a finger? Who else wants to make $1 million without working all the time? I mean, it's so broad on how these can apply. You just got to sit down and put your thinking cap on. Okay, note, how to blank is often the best way to use a headline. How to is really interesting. Some of the best YouTube videos for SEO are how to. That's why we encourage people to do the done for you FAQ videos through Warplan Studios, or make your own FAQ videos and put them on YouTube and on the website, because people are always searching how to blank, how to blank, how to find a good epoxy, how to do this myself, how to be a better parent, how to fight depression, anything, right? How to, okay? Or if you're interested in blank, then this is going to be the most exciting message you've ever heard. If you're interested in making more money, then Warplan Insiders will be the most compelling offer you've ever seen. Hey, there's a little Easter egg for you. Okay. Winning headline example. So these are all examples of headlines, which could be the title of a book. It could be the headline of an ad. A lot of these come from like 50, 60, 70 years ago. Some of them are 20, 30 years ago, and some of them are current. What you can do, though, is you can copy these. Now, you don't have the PDF. I'm just going to go through here, but you can watch this video and pause it, write them down so you have them, and then make a version of it for your thing. Okay, ready? How to Win Friends and Influence People. One of the best-selling business books of all time. Think about it as a headline, not just as a book you've heard of. Why is it freaking genius? Well, because of the stuff we've been talking about. How to get the thing you want and this other thing that you want. There's two things you want. How to win friends and influence people. Who doesn't want to do that? Do you know how big the audience is for people that want that? Okay. How to make people like you. Here's another one. 256 tested, proven, successful direct mail techniques. First time told secrets by one of America's top direct mail professionals. Use his proven techniques that produced up to $10 million in business, all by mail. Learn how to adapt the multi-million-dollar letter to your own profit. That's a big one, but that was an epic, huge, giant info product. Here's how to have your own cash in advance mail order business. Use the new profit report and 4 direct mail guides. So this one's interesting because it says, here's how to have your own unique mechanism business. So they don't know what a cash in advance mail order business is. That's why the headline works. It creates curiosity. Here's how to have your own cash in advance mail order business, right? Here's how to have the ultimate easy button total home maintenance package that could save you $10,000 in maintenance, all without lifting a finger. I don't know, just made it up. The most expensive magazine in the world, yet over 40,000 businessmen buy it every month. Why? That's so juicy, right? The most expensive magazine in the world. So, oh man, there's so much going on in that one headline. The most expensive magazine in the world. So price objection is not a thing because they're taking that what could be perceived as a negative and owning it instantly, right? Yet over 40,000 businessmen buy it every month. So not just people buy it, business. So smart people, lots of them, social proof, buy this really expensive thing. Why? It's curiosity. Can your child read these words? That goes into guilt and shame and fear and all kinds of stuff. Oh my God, it causes anxiety to the person reading it. That's why they click it. 2 dangers you face and how personal finance protects you against both. That one seems boring, but it wouldn't have been on this list if it didn't come from something epic. I don't remember what that one was. 2 dangers you face and how insert mechanism protects you against both. So 2 dangers you face and how a new roof protects you for both. Anything, insert unique mechanism. Hopefully you don't just say new roof. You say a proprietized version of this type of new roof that only you can get from me. Protects you for both. Why a hard-nosed millionaire will pay you $4.50 just to read a magazine. Interesting. Hard-nosed, good adjective. Millionaire, authority will pay you $4.50 just to read a magazine. That's weird. That's why people click it. 67 reasons it would have paid you to answer our ad a few months ago. What if you did 4 reasons you should have hired us 3 months ago and 2 reasons why now is the best time than ever? That's pretty good. Come on. That's good. That was a good one. I can feel, when I get a good one, I can feel it. Like, woo, I can feel it. Okay. If you're liking this, type something in the thing. Like, I know a lot of you are like, it's so mental horsepowery that you're just like consuming it. But, interact with me. I go back at night and I'm in there looking and I'll answer your questions and stuff. So engage with me. What everybody ought to know about this stock and bond business. What every homeowner needs to know about getting a new roof, buying a new car before they list their home for sale. Anything, right? Why in the world would you want to read this ad any further, knowing it might cost you $100 at the very least? Let me read that better. Why in the world would you want to read this ad any further, knowing it might cost you $100 at the very least? So good. Man, I hope you realize the gift you're getting with this. This is a nightmare to compile this information. That's why it's my secret. It's my secret stuff. I'm giving it to you. To the men and women who want to quit work someday. That's fire. What's wrong with this picture? I'd like to give this to my fellow man while I'm still here to help. Ooh, that's interesting. So there's so much psychology just in that. It's not, I'd like to give this to my fellow man. So it sounds altruistic while I'm still here to help, which sounds like, oh crap, like I better get it before I can't get it. So there's that happening. And it's like, is he going to die? It's so much curiosity. In May 1929, William Allen White wrote this editorial about his 16-year-old daughter. It made newspaper history. You know what's interesting about this one? This uses another principle we haven't talked about, which is being very specific about something. So what people screw up with headlines is they'll say, read this incredible editorial about a 16-year-old girl from the 1920s. No, I don't want to. I don't want to read that. I don't want to, that's work. I don't want to do stuff. But by giving specifics, it sounds more credible. Okay. So in the beginning of this particular video, I said use statistics and numbers and facts and stuff. So it doesn't just say in the 20s, it says in May of 1929. So that extra specificity on there actually improves the effectiveness of this headline. In May of 1929, William Allen White, again, doesn't say Mr. White, it says William Allen White. The middle name is in this headline on purpose, okay? He wrote this editorial about his 16-year-old daughter. Then they don't say go read it, they just say it made history. They stated a fact and then said it made history, and it's a genius, okay? What will you do with your first million? Doctor discovers the cellulite dissolver. Ooh, interesting. That's a unique mechanism. Ooh, if I have cellulite, I'm like, dang, I don't really believe you. I'm skeptical. I'm approaching it like this, which is what we all do. But it's really hard for me to, like, if cellulite pain is a real thing for me, like I'm in emotional pain because of this. I think about it all the time. I'm always like super paranoid and self-conscious about it. And I see doctor discovers the cellulite dissolver. Really, really hard for me to not click. Right? Just to prove it wrong. I know it's probably bullcrap, but and then they click, and then you do all the other stuff. Boom, got it. The Chinese secrets of weight control. The blank unique mechanism of thing someone wants. The Chinese secrets of weight control. It could be, you know, what I'm trying to do as I read these examples to teach you the formula underneath it, right? So it's not like go say the Chinese secrets of house cleaning, but there's a principle that the something people don't expect unique mechanism secret to insert thing they want, right? Like the 300-year-old let me pick like a maid service, like the 300-year-old ingredient of having a clean home or something, but ingredient's the wrong word. The 300-year-old formula for having a clean home without carcinogens or something. And then you talk about how your company has these products, right? 15 minutes per day. Just give me this and I'll prove I can make you a new man. 15 minutes a day. Just give me, so like easy button, just give me this and I'll prove. So it's a bold claim. I can make you a new man. I don't like how it says make you a new man. It's not super specific, but this is on this list because this ad crushed. I can't remember what the product was, but you know, as a general rule, I want to make you insert thing they want, but like super more specific than just new man. I was forced to sit alone while everyone laughed, by Janet McMarron, MD. And it's a quote, like it has quote marks around it. So I was forced to sit alone while everyone laughed. Oh, that's hitting some deep resentment and rage and anger and like worthlessness feelings and all this stuff that people can relate to. All of us can, different times in our life. And then, but it's by a medical doctor, which is the contrast of the counterintuitive part of the headline, right? I was forced to sit alone while everyone laughed when I was homeless. That's okay, but it's better to say by Janet McMarron, MD. Who would laugh at them? These people are so smart, right? It makes it more clickable. Double your money back if this isn't the best onion soup you ever tasted. This was actually an ad to get a recipe, right? Double your money back if this isn't the best onion soup you ever tasted. Bold claim, right? It's not like, hey, we have a great recipe. A lot of people love it. It's really great. No, it's like, no, we're literally the best, period. So if you think we're not, you're stupid. I'm smart and blah, blah, blah. By the way, I'll give you the recipe and I already know you're going to love it. So here's my insane offer. How to buy a Chevrolet with $5 down. That must have been from a really old one. I'm assuming. They've tripled your salary, dear. Bass fishermen will say, I'm crazy until they try this method or until they try my method. So specific avatar will say, I'm crazy until they try my method. That's another way of saying unique mechanism without telling them what the unique mechanism is yet, right? So homeowners say I'm crazy until they try our process, until they see our process. You know, that's good. Homeowners say we're crazy until they see our process. That's pretty good. That's good. How I became popular overnight. How I got the thing I wanted instantly. How I got the thing that's really hard that I desire deeply overnight. Easy button, effortlessness, greed, sloth. How I improved my memory in one evening. How I got thing I want, greed, sloth. How I improved my thing in one evening. Okay. They laughed at my idea, but it increased my pay $8,000 a year. Pretty cool. Play guitar in 7 days or your money back. That's pretty right to the point, right? Greatest Bible news in 341 years. They're using specifics. Can you see it? Can you see it? Listen, once you're red pilled with this, you're going to see the whole world freaking differently. Like you can't unknow this. I'm happy to have been able to deliver it to you because it's a superpower. How a strange accident saved me from baldness. That's weird. Good. Like it's good because it's weird. Men who know it all are not invited to read this page. So it's kind of giving like a middle finger to like someone that thinks they're smart. But I bet their avatar, I don't remember where this came from either, they're going to appeal to people who think they're really smart and be like, you're built different. Can we be level with each other? It's not that you're conceited. You just literally are better than other people. Like, I know it, you know it. So how do you proceed in this crazy world? And how do you walk around and so people don't think you're conceited? I don't know. But that could actually work really well. Sex secrets women wish men knew. Clicking it. Dopamine loopholes. It gets your kids motivated. Oh, this is my own idea. Our kids are drug addicts. These are 2 kid war plan ideas that I came back and inserted when I was going through these notes. Dopamine loopholes that get your kids motivated. I actually used a dopamine loophole thing on the sales copy. There's a phrase, there's a proprietized weird word butter thing, a dopamine loophole. It hit me one day and I used it. I've used it in ads. It crushes. Okay. Our kids are drug addicts. That's like, what? But it's dopamine is the drug. That's the counterintuitive thing. I don't mean regular drug, although kids are real drug addicts, but they're also dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin drug addicts. Anyway, that's the whole thing. 2 big dangers facing every family in America, and 1 new discovery that can protect you against both. Try it free. Some good news about the coming bad times. Ooh, juicy, right? People that are stressed out about the economy, you don't try to pretend like it's not happening. In your marketing, what you're doing is you're owning it. You're going to be like the only company in your market that is talking about it. It's like, yeah, we have this new package called the Recession Buster because we saw a need. Like, here's the reality. It's out of control. Inflation's prices are going up. So what we did is we were able to optimize our process system. We made an investment in this big piece of equipment that helps us do it in half the time. We can pass those savings on to you because the bottom line is we have to maintain your home or it's going to cost like $15,000 in damage. Okay. I get that. But how can we still get you the exact result you need, but have it not cost $1,000? Now it only costs half that because we really take this serious and we care about our customers. Oh, snap. See, I'm owning the thing that's the elephant in the room instead of pretending like it doesn't exist and getting frustrated that buying behaviors are different when they feel there's a recession. How to wake up the parenting genius inside you. Let's see. Give your child an almost unimaginable advantage for just $20. I must have made those last 2 ones up too. So check this out. This was just an ad idea to myself that I forgot about. I'm actually going to run this as an ad. I think this is really clever. So it's going to say, now this isn't for a kid war plan, but it'll be something for a product we're going to create called a family war plan, which is for couples and families and getting into momentum and just crushing it as a family unit, being closer than ever before, but making more money than ever before. That's something later that we're going to do. But this idea I had was to have a picture of a guy named Bill. So Bill Smith, and then it will have like a list of his accomplishments with a green check mark next to each one. And then it will have one thing that he failed at, but then it's going to make the point that overall he still loses. So it says Bill Smith, $100 million network, a beautiful wife, top 10 CEOs in America, 10% body fat, estranged daughter. Nothing else in the list matters. You lose. You lose. So that's going to cause all kinds of controversy, right? And it's going to like hurt people's feelings. It's going to do all these things, but what it's going to do is make a powerful point that, you know, no amount of success in business can compensate for failure in the home, period. And then my other example is for Mary. Mary has 250,000 followers. She's a published author, 3 successful kids, voted most influential woman or something, but she has a loveless marriage. You lose. None of the other stuff matters, right? Because your thing at home isn't right. So anyway, now you're inside my head like more and more fully, and you can understand why I think the way I do about these things. Again, in the next video, I'm going to do another framework and then another framework and just give you different perspectives. This is going to take all day to finish these bad boys. I just hope you understand what you're getting. I hope that you're getting it. because you need it. You're ready for it. I believe in you. And you only need to apply an imperfect portion of this stuff to be way ahead of all of your competition, who is definitely asleep at the wheel compared to you. So I'm proud of you for even watching this. I'm proud of you, legit. If you were watching this right now, these are long videos. It takes effort, right? The truth is we have a headline that says, get the thing you want without doing anything. We know that that's not really real. What we can do, though, is be efficient in how we implement the stuff. So the big mistake people make when they go through all the recession marketing is they're so overwhelmed by all this Lego pieces dumped on the table in front of them. What we really need, and the reason I made the War Plan Insiders offer, is we're going to take all this stuff that is irrefutably valuable, but we're going to codify it into we're doing this first as a group, and we're going to make sure we all get it and it's installed. Then we do the second thing and the third thing, and there's 24 money-making missions, and we're going to go do it and make sure it's actually live and deployed in your business. Some of it's really simple stuff. A lot of it is. It's not like 17 hours of stuff. Like, the goal is for you to be able to implement it in one focused day of work a week on average, but then it's done. Then it's in there, right? So don't get overwhelmed. You just need to implement one piece at a time. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. God bless. Bye. Hey, I'm back. What did you think? Did your head explode? Did you fall asleep? Hopefully you didn't fall asleep. I try to keep them fun. It's edutainment, people, right? But here's the thing. If you liked that, if you said, oh my gosh, there's money in that, I'm going to watch that again on half speed and take notes and implement. Because what if you did implement that? How valuable would that be? Look, if you want to check out the full program of recession marketing, then check the description on this video. There's a link. I'm pretty sure it's warplan.com/RM. Kind of like recession marketing, the letter R, the letter M, warplan.com/RM. You can go there, check it out. There's all kinds of testimonials, and hundreds of people have already seen this, and we haven't even really launched it yet. This is all pre-launch. It's amazing. So this was just one taste, and until next time, see you in the next video. Bye.